On. It was a weak quarter for NMDC. It reported their Q2 earnings. Earlier this month, the company reported volumes which were slightly lower than street expectations. Realizations too were muted. Nigel caught up with Amitava Mukherjee, chairman and MD of NMDC, to discuss their Q2 performance. He began the conversation by asking about the sales volume growth target for FY24 and the approval for additional mining quota in Karnataka.
The first is the volume growth. We've been sort of giving you a outlook of around 47 to 49 million ton. That we still stick to. We should be doing anything between 47 and 49 to million ton. Hopefully, if things go well, we can even touch 50. If you see our current production levels, that is at 26 million ton, way above last year's around 22 million ton at this time. 22 million tons at this time. Sales have also grown by 20%. We are at 27 million ton mark as against 21.7 million ton last year. So we are on our way to get around 47 to 49. That should be a done thing. If things go well, maybe 50. Yes, we are targeting for 50. Let's hope we'll be able to sort of get to that. Regarding your additional mining permission, yes, Kumar Swamy, we've got all the permissions. We had sought for 3. We are getting 2, 2.2 something. And the last approval for the FPAP, that is the maximum permissible limit that is there in Karnataka. From that, we get our quota. So we will be getting around 2.2. We expect it to come within about a week's time, 10 days. We hopefully another week to 10 days, and we'll be good to go for that additional 2.2 million tons.
Just to clarify, Mr. Mukherjee, this 47 to 49 million tons you're referring to is sales volume or production number?
Both.
Both of them. The other aspect that we're looking at is in price increases, and we had a note coming in from Citi. Just yesterday, they upgraded the NMDC stock, and they're optimistic that you can push through further price increases because global iron ore prices have been looking quite good. And also on ground, if you compare NMDC's pricing with imported iron ore, you'll have a discount out there. So do you believe there are more price increases in the offing? If yes, to what quantum could they be?
There are various multitude of factors. So we'll be taking a pricing call soon. But to what extent do we have the headroom to increase further prices? We'll have to check. That's not a black and white yes or no answer. But yes, I hope that there is a certain amount of headroom for increase of prices. We'll take a call in a couple of days. We are looking at collecting various data points on this. But what I want to say is that international prices of iron ore is not the only determinant in the pricing, because as you know, because of the duty structure, this Indian iron ore, even at the eastern port, will always carry a discount of around 40 to 45%. That has been the tradition, that has been the historical thing. Even at this high prices, if you work back, our net domestic realization will be more than what if we decide to export. Because the taxes and duties of 30% and the logistic cost of around $20 up to Vizag port.
Yes.
If you were, and the royalty and DMF, if you were to sort of reduce from the gross realization, then the domestic realization, even on date, is at par or even slightly more than our export realization.
Okay. Just to come in there, so you're saying it's more feasible for you to stick to the domestic market and you're not looking at the export market, at least as of now, right?
As of now, it would not make any economic sense to export because our domestic realizations, net domestic realizations are more. But as a strategic case, yes, one has to look at the export market. There is a strategic case for export because you need to be in a market, in the world market with your products. At what volumes, that needs to, we need to take a call on that.
Going by the kind of steel production traction that we're getting, what are your targets for FY25? You have some evacuation plans. You'll get additional capacity coming in from Karnataka as well. What kind of a volume number will you target for FY25?
FY25, we should be targeting around 51 to 52 because that would be our EC limit after current our EC limit is around 51.3. So we'll get 2 extra, so that will be 53.2. So sure, 53.5, and that is what would be our production guidance for the next FY. And I'm sure that we should be doing around 53 next year. We are in the process of increasing our ECs everywhere. But that's, I think that should take one more financial year.
Mr. Mukherjee, since we have you with us, we need to ask you about NMDC Steel. A lot of work went into commissioning that unit, but what's the latest over there? Is NMDC Steel being divested or not?
Well, I can't comment on the divestment. I can comment on the production and the sales. Of course, after commissioning, we have produced more than 1.3 lakhs of hot metal and about 1 lakh ton of finished steel, that is coils. So we are ramping up the production. Last 3 days, we have ramped up our blast furnace to more than 65%, 66%. We have produced 6,500. So I think by March, we'll have the plant running at optimal capacity. And we should be breaking even.
Breaking even by when? And for FY25, what kind of volumes you look at from NMDC Steel?
FY25, definitely we are going to do around 2.7, 2.8 million.
Okay, and it'll break
Right
even
now,
as well. And it'll break even.
It will break even much.
Got it. What about divestment? Because there was a lot of plans, a lot of private miners that I speak to, they were interested in NMDC Steel. Is that off the table or is that still on the table?
I cannot comment on that because I'm not running that process. Last, of course, after the UIA was promoted, there was a lot of interest in that. But now there is an election, so I don't think there is any progress on that front. So because Bob is running it and we are not running the show, so you have to address the question to the company.
Okay, final question then. You're running NMDC Limited. You have two listed entities. One is NMDC Limited and NMDC Steel. There was a proposal that NMDC Limited will have to buy 10% in NMDC Steel. Is there an update there? Is that happening?
There's no further update. Yes, in principle, we were sounded out on that. We're okay with that. But as such, we haven't got any particular offer for buying that. So we'll think about crossing the bridge when we get to the river.
At what price is NMDC Limited buy NMDC Steel though?
We don't have an offer on table as such.
Okay, all right. That's the word coming in from NMDC. It's time to slip into a break. When we